So Professor Liu is going to teach you to do the solo learn. Right now is for the data type array and pointer. Okay, so first let's go to introduce what is the data type. So the operating system allocate memory and select what will be stored in the reserved memory based on the variable's data type. The data type defines the proper use of an identifier, what kind of data can be stored, which type of operation can be performed. So there are a number of built-in type in C++. Okay, and we are going to continue. So data type are intended to define the proper use of identifier. So it's like a storage room right here. They sort it first. Okay, so in our easy English way, we can say, all right. So refrigerators go to refrigerators warehouse. TV go to TV warehouse because the size already preset. Sort of like that. Okay. So we are going to go to expression. The example below show legal and illegal C++. Okay, so 55 plus 15, that's legal. This is not legal because this is a number and that's a string. And plus doesn't do like that. C++, yes, you do that, but you make this become a string too. Oh, not C, Java. So here, when you do plus, it has to be number to number. Okay? So only like that because so we need to learn what's the numerical data type. You have integer, you have a decimal numbers. All right, so which one is the numerical data type? That's number. This integer, this will be decimal, which called double. Okay. All right, so we're going to learn string and character. We practice string for a while. And string. A string is a composed of numbers. You have number, characters, or symbols. String literal are placed in double quotation. If we see a string, it has to be surrounded by double quotation. Okay, marks. Some example like hello, my name is David. Character are single letter or symbol must be enclosed between single quotates, okay, like A, B, like this way. In C++, single quotation mark indicate a character. Double quotation create a string literal, while quotation A is a single character, so that's a character. Quotation A has a double quotation, so it's defined as a string. Okay, so that's easy, right? Which one is the legal character? Character. Single quotation is a character. Double quotation are string. All right, we also need to learn something called Boolean. A Boolean data type returns two possible value, true or false. True is 1, false is 0. We also learn something called conditional operators expression. So right here. All right. So is 10 equal 10? This is called equality. This is not a sign. Is 10 equal to 10? True. All right. So we're going to continue. We talk about that, and we're going to talk about a integer, float, and double. The integer data type, there's no fraction number, no decimal point, which can be positive, negative is fine. All right. The size of integer data is vary according to the architecture of your system. Okay. And let's see. So 3.14 is integer? No, that's decimal number. Integer, use the int as a keyword. Integer a equal 42. Several of the basic type, including integer, can be modified using one or more of these modifiers. You put signed. A signed integer can hold both negative and positive integer. So you don't put signed, it's integer. Unsigned. Once you put unsigned, an unsigned integer can hold only positive value. So if you're doing money, you probably want to do unsigned. Short, only half of the default size. Long, twice the default size. So right here, you put unsigned long integer a. So is integer long twice of integer. Unsigned, only positive number. So the integer data type reserve 4 to 8 bytes depend on the operating system. Only positive. And fill in the blank, declare variable that contain only positive. Then you put unsigned. If once you put unsigned, it's only positive. Okay? And it's strange, it doesn't call positive, right? But just you just need to remember. Okay? Floating point number. A floating point number variable can hold a real number. So does decimal number. The words floating point refer to the fact that a varying number of digits can appear before and after decimal point. You can say that the decimal has the ability to float. There are three different floating point data types. You have float, you have double, you have long. In most modern architecture, float is 4 bytes, double is 8 bytes, long is 16 bytes. Alright, so floating number data point are always signed. Remember, signed means positive and negative. If you put unsigned, only positive. Alright, so can floating point hold negative number? Of course, yes. Okay, string. A string is an ordered sequence of characters enclosing double quotation. It is part of standard library. When you do this, you need to include a string library to use the data type. Okay? Alternately, you can use the library, include the string library. So right here we put a string. See that? And string A equal I am learning C++. The string library is included in the IO string library. So you don't need to include strings sometimes. Okay? But if you need to do, remember, because string is inside IO string. So sometimes you don't need. But sometimes if you need to use some special function, remember we use .length and we use assign, and those is not in the IO string. So you have to include string. So sometimes you try it and you find it doesn't work and you include string, or always include. Type the code that include require header file, so include string. So you can use string. Characters. A char variable hold only one byte integer. However, instead of interpreting the value of char as integer, the value of a char typically interpreted as ASCII code character. A character is enclosed between a single quote, as I told you. Okay, and the ASCII code is a character encoding schema that used to represent text in computer. Alright, so type in the code to declare a char variable named val with z as its value. So char val z equals z. Boolean. A Boolean variable you only have two possible types, true and false. Alright, So declare a Boolean variable, Boolean false, Boolean true, something like that. True is 1, false is 0. Okay, we do this example here. You fill in the blank to declare two variable A and B of type bool, initialize B as true.
Shin.
Yes,
So true has a precedence level of 1 and false has a precedence level of 2.
no. True
Oh,
is
no,
1. True is 1.
choose one. Oh, choose one. Oh, okay.
False is 0.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there's all because your computer only recognize 1 and 0. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Mm,
Yes, yes.
mm,
The machine code. Yes.
yeah, yeah, machine language, yes. All right, so let's continue right here. And I think, I am here right now. And I want to go variable naming rule and array. That's okay. Okay, variable naming rules. All right. So we do these are the following rule. We talk about that. We just review. So basically all the name you can use a letter or alphabet underscore. After initial letter, you can use number, but we don't recommend that. No blank, not allowed to have a blank, not allowed to have a special character. So as I told you, I want you to learn is use all the characters and plus underscore, nothing else. And we usually that's Pascal case and back color and all right. For most of our language, we use camel case. Camel case is the first letter of an identifier is lowercase, and the first letter of each continuous subsequent the second word when we combine together is is uppercase like back color. So back color lowercase and this is uppercase. And this you really can ignore this, okay? We just use like this. We use a camel case. So variable naming rules cannot start the number. That's just very important. Case sensitive. C++ is case sensitive, which means that if you put a lowercase and it's different from uppercase. Case sensitive, which are following is legals and for C++. That's good. This is no good. There's single special character. This is no good. That start with number. This is okay. Variable naming rules. Okay, so C++ keywords cannot be used as variable name. You don't name anything with integer, float, double, and count. Okay, there's no really limit for length of variable names, but keep to your variable name practical and meaningful. Usually they want it to be like under 36 characters. Okay, that's when I was a student. That's a long time ago. Probably right now is you can do whatever, but we put words combined together, practical, meaningful. Okay. Variable naming rules. Fill in the blank. So integer. So int. All right. Salary because you must have a decimal point. So double. AB underscore C14, it tell you a boolean, you put bool. Okay. Uh, I'm close right now. I need to do another one, which will be in the future, but I just need to uh, give you this concept first. So array, very important. Array is used to store a collection of the data. It may be useful to think of array as a collection variable that are all of the same size, same type. exactly the same type. Instead of declare multiple variable and store individual value, you can declare a single array to store all the value. When declare an array, specify the element type as well as the number of elements it will hold. Like this, say integer a, but a is like a closet, has 5 cabinets, right? So in this example, a was declared as array of 5 integer value, and they will be initialized to 0. Second, you can do like that. Integer, okay, b is a cabinet, have 5 drawer, cabinet 5 drawer. Each drawer has, the first one has 11, 45, 62, 70, 88. They are separated by comma, enclosed by curly braces. Understand that? So fill in the blank to create an array of integer name my array. Alright, integer my array. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and close braces. Alright, so this is important to learn right now. Initialization array, if you omit the size, if you don't know the size, alright, Visual Studio, go count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5. If you omit the size of array, the array will be just big enough to hold initialization here. You have 5 at 5. This creates an identifier array to have one create in the previous example. For each element or member of array has an index. The index starts from 0, right? The array's first number has index 0. So it's like array have an address. Like now you guys live in LA, alright? So you probably don't know. So we live in Taipei, in Hong Kong or something. I was born in Taipei. I stay in Taipei for until 20 something, and I come to United States. So we usually have tall building. Okay, that's what we have. And so what we have is, for example, um, for example, then um, so if for example is tall building, right, and different floor, okay. So I want to use these two. So this, for example, this is Park Avenue, okay, 231. Let me show you. If this address is Park Avenue, okay, uh, uh, hold on. Let me put like this: 150 Park Avenue. All right. So we talk about this. Hey, but everybody stay right here is 150 Park Avenue. Do you understand? So in your mailbox, it will be first floor, second floor, third floor, and for the computer system will be 150 Park Avenue, like this. 0, that will be that guy. 1 will be that guy. 2, like that. Do you understand it? Alright, so that will be the way we handle array. Okay? Alright, so let's continue. Initialization array, fill in the blank to print the screen, the first and the last statement. So the first statement and last statement is 4. To access array, we usually use for loop. Index must be used, so we usually use for loop to do this. Okay, so B2 0 1 2. All right, so B0 1 is 42 for this. If I write like this, then so what happened is these, remember 0, 1, 2, right? So this number is gone right now. Instead of this number will be replaced by 42. Understand that? Do you understand?
Oh, yes.
Okay, let's continue. Alright, so access array element. Array C++ always start from 0. Can you remember that? And uh uh I guess I finish your chapter 6. Um I finish your chapter 6 sololear.